You're listening to The Imposter Entrepreneur with Miss Tiffany Menefee. Let's lay down some ground rules. We're going to talk about business, life, relationships, alcohol, because more than likely we're going to be drinking while we're recording this, because let's be realistic, all entrepreneurs have a vice, and there's probably going to be some cursing going on.
And yet, let's not forget that Miss Tiffany will probably say something highly offensive and not realize it's offensive. So if y'all aren't down with that, stop listening right now.
But if you're chill and not easily offended, then the Imposter Entrepreneur podcast is for you. Remember to follow us on all our social media pages and subscribe to our podcast. Now let's just jump into this week's topic. Okay, welcome to this week's episode of the Imposter Entrepreneur. Woo! Woo! I have Angie Rodriguez with Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, and we're going to introduce you later. We've been pre-gaming it already. So with our fake wine, because she told me that she did not drink beer, and I had to get her wine as people are logging on. And I said, I'm going to get you wine, Angie, I promise. And as always, I went from work to a fundraiser to this, and I did not have a chance to go get wine. And this is what was in the refrigerator, but I brought you a glass so we can be bougie with our fake wine.
Fake and imposter, right?
It's imposter. And then we had to explain to Angie what imposter meant. So we explained that this looks like wine, but sort of looks like wine, but it's not wine, and that's what imposter means. But I would like to show you, as we have people logging on, what did you bring with you? She does triathlon, so she brought her like electrolyte or Pedialyte, but she's drinking booze with the electrolyte Pedialyte. So I'm all props to that. So before y'all logged on, and before we went live, we were talking about our eyelashes, which men don't laugh, because as women and being entrepreneurs, we like to cry a lot. Do you cry?
Yes, I do.
I felt like you were going to cry today. You had a fuck my life type of day.
Yes, I did.
And we were talking about, I told her, because she does mascara and then does strip eyelashes. And I was telling her, no, I do just regular like eyelashes that I make my poor office manager do for me. Thanks, Bree. But I like them because I can cry, and then I just wipe my face.
I learned that today.
And then
I'm going to do that.
Yeah. And then it looks like you haven't been crying. And so like you can move on with your life, instead of like, if you have mascara on, you look like a fucking raccoon, or like something that's come from like some type of horror movie where you have like black mascara off your face and you're wiping it. It's all over your face and you look like a crazy person. We have all been there. And then you have seen this shit with the women too. I know yes. Oscar's in the back going, yes, I have seen this with my wife also. So, right? So yes. you learn you're going to...
I'm going to do those.
No mascara.
No mascara.
And so that way you can cry and not do that.
Like today.
Like today. So if you didn't know, Angie has Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, and they do, tell me what you do, because we like to do the first segment, it's like Tinder for business. Tell me about like what Big Frog T-shirts and more is, and then we'll get into the fuck my life moments of today, as I was sitting next to you at lunch and you had to leave me.
Yes. So Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, we do custom T-shirts. You know the name. You
notice, she just put her business professional voice on.
Oh, can you tell?
Yes. Everybody as business people have a business professional voice or a sales voice. It's like Alex, my BFF, she accuses me of having like a sex phone operator voice. She's like, you're on the phone talking to us, and then the phone comes on, and you're like, Pronto Body Shop, this is Tiffany. How can I help you? Yes, I can fix your car. And she's like, what the fuck is that? So you just put your business professional voice on. So, okay, put your business professional voice on, because, we can't talk about our business without putting that voice on.
Right.
So go back to it.
Okay, but it's Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more.
Uh-huh.
Okay? So what we do in Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, we do T-shirts. But let me tell you, I get people on the call.
Uh-huh.
They say, do you do T-shirts?
No, that's why it's in my fucking name. It's like, I fix cars, auto body shop, auto collision. Do you fix cars? Do you paint them? Oh, do you paint them? Like that, or I get a lot. I say, Pronto Body Shop, and they're like, oh, like, do you fix the body of women or cars? And I'm like, if I fix the body of women, I would not be looking like this. Like, I fix cars, fucker, cars. So yes, people ask stupid stuff all the time.
Because I try not to answer. I don't answer the phone a lot.
Or do you get this when people call and they're like, "What's your name?" And they're like, "Bob, B-O-B." I'm like, thanks for clarifying that, Bob. I wasn't sure if I knew how to spell that.
So today, I get a call. You know, I answer because the girls were
Wait,
busy.
you like totally skipped over what you do. So
Oh.
she prints T-shirts, and you can have like you don't have to have a minimum.
No, so
and
we don't have
and they
no
do
minimum.
artwork, and they do badass artwork, and you do like company gifts, like
Company
mugs,
mugs.
like wine, like
Oh, no,
bottle
no, 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 no.
things, not
We-
mugs.
No, not mugs.
Okay, wine bottle things.
We do coasters, koozies, blankets. Now for the holidays, we do.
They do a customer appreciation. So like if you want to have like coloring sheets for the little
Yes.
kids, I almost said
Those-
bastard kids, but little kids that come into your shop. I retract
they're-
that statement.
They're called scholars
Scholars.
for schools.
Oh, because she does it for the schools. I just give people, kids, like, please don't fuck my shop up. Here's a coloring sheet and some colors.
Take it
And-
to Big Frog.
Take it to Big Frog. They'll print you a shirt. I don't know if actually anybody ever has, except
Yes.
what?
No, we have. We have had.
FYI, you probably are failing in business because you have not billed me. Angie, I probably owe you money.
Yes, you do. Do you want to know how much? Now that you know it's in public, she does owe me almost like $2,000.
No, that's lies. That's lies. I believe that is not true. I'm going to cut you off. You have like half a drink. I'm cutting you off at this point in time. My attorney is watching this, Alexandra.
$2,000.
No. We need to rectify this situation. So I'll make sure my attorney contacts you.
Good thing that it's live.
So okay. So and how long have you been in business?
I've been in business. I'm going on my 3rd year.
Yes, she just celebrated your 2-year anniversary
with a ribbon cutting.
With a ribbon cutting and your
Yes.
frog. They have Finley, the mascot. That's a huge
Yes.
frog. If you take him out in the summertime, he can only be in that suit for like 5 minutes, or you're going to pass out. You know,
15 minutes.
15 minutes is the max.
It's the max.
It is.
Yes.
And why did you want to start Big Frog? Like, I know people ask me all the time, like, because I'm like, people tell me what to do.
You know that
So-
that Big Frog came. It's not that I wanted to do T-shirts. It was not. Oh, I'm going to open a T-shirt place. You know, I worked in the newspaper, and my husband. I have to give credit to my husband. Okay, I know he's watching.
Hopefully, because we switched from imposter entrepreneur to doing it off of mine, because I did not forewarn Oscar that we should be doing it off of imposter. Sorry, Oscar. So hopefully he is watching.
Yes, you know, he has supported me 100%. And he said, whatever business you want to do, I'll support you. I want to sell burritos, you know, and a little mini skirt, and you know.
So, wait, you wanted to be the burrito lady?
Yeah, I wanted to be the burrito lady.
But the sexy burrito lady?
A sexy burrito lady.
Yeah. Oh, I like the way she said that. Wait, say that again. She's a sexy burrito lady. No, you're not allowed to come out of my shop and sell burritos like that. I'd be like, because Angie likes to get up and run like at 4 a.m. like a crazy person. So this is like her bedtime. So we're pretty pleased that she could come out because she does marathons and other things. And
Triathlons. Well, this Sunday, where I'm doing a half Ironman.
Because she's basically a badass, and where I am not.
Yes, you are.
I'm a badass in other ways, like cursing and drinking and talking a bunch of shit. But Angie's a badass in reference to like actually triathlons and things like that. So like he wanted to support you. So how did you come up with the business? Did you like? Because I know you're oh my God, what is it called? Oh my God, help me, Angie. Where there's multiple, it's not, you're just not just your own.
Franchise?
Thank you, franchise. Obviously, I need more booze in my life, and it's late, and it was a very long day. So you're a franchise. So how did you come up with like actually choosing a franchise? Because, you know, sometimes I feel like as an entrepreneur, I'm like, dude, like at least the franchise, they sort of tell you what to do, and they have these like
book. I mean, you have a book. I'm sorry,
like,
no.
You have like support, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, my support is my dog. I'm like, Cinnamon, is this right? Should I do this? Yes, Cinnamon? No, you ate the sock, you threw it up. Okay, I shouldn't do that. Okay, that's a sign, you know. So
no, you know what? I went through FranNet with Claudia.
Claudia,
she is the one that helped me. And
so you just knew that you were tired of working for people and you wanted to like open your own business?
Yes, I was, because I'm not a person that could be in an office from 8 to 5 and 4 walls, because you know that I'm like this. So
Angie's like on an adult speed, but she doesn't do it. She's just really wound up. We don't even have to give her alcohol.
Right? Well, I was going to say something, but
I mean, you say whatever you want. Obviously, I've already been banned from like half my family members, Angie, so just say it.
We went to see Claudia, and then she gave us these, like, I don't know how many questions, and it's what's an assessment to know who you are, your personality, and all that. Excuse me. Woo.
That's when you don't drink regular wine and you just drink cheap booze out of a can. That's what happens, and I just put it in a glass, Angie.
From there, she knew what I do, what my likes and everything. There's thousands of franchises out there.
A ton.
So she gives us this list, okay? And I'm like, but no. She tells us, how many employees do you want? The first thing I told her, I don't want restaurants.
Yeah.
I don't want a restaurant. I don't want to deal with restaurants. So I cut it down. So, I mean, from 100, I went like to 50, to 25.
What were your top contenders?
Okay. It was I don't remember.
Because I'm like, cocaine dealer was not one of my top contenders.
No. So, but one of the things that I do remember, my husband wanted, it was the termite
inspection
to spray the house.
Okay.
So that was one of them, because you didn't need so many employees, right?
Yeah. Like
2 or 3. And I'm like, no, why am I going to get that business? An employee calls in sick. I'm going to have to go and, do the thing. And then,
what's wrong with that?
No,
I have heels on and a dress, and I was estimating cars like this today. And they're like, are you going to walk out and look like that? I'm like, let's go look at your car. Like, I look fabulous, and we will still look at your car in heels.
But you're not looking at dirty houses, and then I
look at fucking wrecked cars in heels. I'm down for this. Like, who cares?
I told them no, because then I was going to say, to the lady, start cleaning your house. Don't leave it like that.
So, no, it was not that it was the bugs, and it was not that you had to go do it. It was that you weren't going to be able to keep your mouth shut.
Exactly.
Okay, now we know why you weren't going to be able to do the termite inspection, because you weren't going to be able to be like, girlfriend, what the fuck's wrong with your house?
Exactly.
You need to clean that shit. Okay.
Yes. Okay. That's why.
So so you narrowed it down, and you narrowed it down to Big Frog.
It was Big Frog, and we went to it's called Discovery Day, and they had to know about us and about Big Frog. What I like, I like talking to people and customer service and all that.
Angie will talk to a stump, just like myself.
Do you talk to yourself?
All the time, especially in the mirror. Do you talk to yourself in the mirror?
Yes, I tell myself that I'm very gorgeous. Because if I don't tell myself,
who's gonna tell you?
Who's gonna tell me?
I'm like, well, but this is my MO. So I'll like put stuff on and be like, I don't like the way that looks, because I gotta look like, for business. I want to look a certain way, and then I'll put it on. I don't like the way I look, and then so I take it off instead of hanging it up, because I'm mad at that outfit, because it's not that I don't look right or I've gained weight. It's that outfit did not look correct, and so I like throw it on the floor, and like you just like lay there on the floor and think of why you did not look good on me, and I may pick you up in a week. And so that's what happens with my clothes, and why my closet is a fucking hot mess of stuff. And as you're pouring your Pedialyte into your wine glass, because she has to hydrate after booze. So, yes. So I do talk to myself in the mirror, and I like to talk to myself about, okay, like, what are we going to do today? Like, you're not going to cry. You're not going to hide in a car from a customer when they're being ridiculous, and you don't want to have to deal with somebody, So tell me, I know you had a day today, and we're like, we like to go off topic all the time. So tell me, what was your day today? Because like you were on your phone, like pissed off. What happened? Because being an entrepreneur is never smooth.
No,
never. Like, you think, I got this shit. And then, like, you think you have it. And then it's like, ha, 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 fuck you. Like, you don't have this. Let me throw, like another iron in the fire and see what actually happens.
Exactly that. The way that you said it, that's the way, everything's going to go smooth. While I'm leaving to do this competition on Sunday, And we're doing the walk heels. No, I'm sorry.
High heel, red
Walk-
high heels.
No, walk a mile and her heels.
Yes,
Sorry.
they're red.
Yes, they're red. So we're printing the shirts. Everything's going, smooth. And they tell me, we're not going to have them by the time we told you.
And you're like, what the fuck? You're like, this is an event. Like, I have to have them.
Yes, but I have to give kudos to the YMCA. No, the YWCA.
Okay.
Which one is it? I'm sorry.
I don't know which one you're walking. There is a YMCA and there is a YWCA.
The women. It's the YWCA. I'm sorry, guys,
ladies, whoever you are.
I'm sorry. So, they were very understanding. I mean, and I told them, because I like to be upfront with my customers.
Yeah.
I don't like to hide in my car.
Okay, FYI, when I hide in a car from a customer, it's only because they've been really ridiculous. Not because I'm not wanting to be upfront and be like, we fucked up. It's that, oh God, you're crazy. Or the guy the other day, he walked in, he was like, whoa. And I'm like, what? Why did he just whoa? Like walking in the door, not an official response that you should have when you walk into a business. I was like, whoa, there's women. Whoa, what the fuck? Whoa, you look good. I mean, I would prefer the whoa, you look good, but I'm not quite positive what the whoa was. And so it was like, okay, well, I'm gonna step out here and y'all deal with that shit because I don't want to have to deal with Mr. Whoa, So but if I have to man up and talk to a customer, I man up and talk to them because I don't expect my employees to do that because that's not
Exactly. Do you have your employees back all the time?
Yes, all the time. I mean, and sometimes this morning I flip the fuck out. I get to the shop. FYI, all your cars are safe if they're at my shop. The fucking shop is not locked. I was furious. The lock is not on. The deadbolt is not locked. I'm like, is there a fucking homeless person in there? I don't know. It's 7 a.m. The lights are on. And I'm like, none of my employees are here. So it was locked all night long. Thank God that we're okay, well, thank God we have a good relationship with all the crazy homeless people because they're cool and they didn't mess with it. But shit could have happened.
Yes.
And thank God. Thank you, Ed, for making sure I have really good insurance in case something did happen. It won't happen again. Please don't raise my rates, But I was like, what the? And then they're like, why are you in a bad mood? Like, fuck y'all all. We're gonna I'm pissed. Who was the last one out? And then of course they're all throwing each other under the bus. And I'm finally one of them mans up and is like, it was me. I'm like, I know it was you.
That happened to me when I first opened the store. No, I hadn't opened it to the public, but we already had the computers. We already had everything, okay? And it was me and my husband. Well, he didn't lock the door.
Yeah.
He didn't lock the door. I go in, and I'm going to unlock it, and the front, it was open.
Yeah.
And so since then, I'm paranoid. Every time I make sure, they tell me I locked it, what do you think I go do? I make sure that door's locked.
So today when I left, I was like, okay, I'm locking it. Everybody can go through the bay. I don't trust y'all no more.
Yep.
I mean, I don't care. It was only one of y'all. And now I don't trust any of y'all. Serious. That was serious stuff. And I was like, oh my God, what? And of course I'm walking in. I'm like, there could be some homeless person that's going to rape me or some crazy person. I don't know. I mean.
He better be handsome.
Oh, and hung. This is why I asked my family not to watch this show. My bad. Sorry. I apologize for anything I may say or that I might go to hell for. Just sage me later. It'll be fine. FYI, if y'all have any questions, you can just shoot them out there. We'll answer them. Actually, no one's actually following them to see if there is any questions. So answer questions. I might respond to you later. Oscar, is there any way for us to see questions? Probably not because I didn't actually charge my phone or my iPad or get the correct amount of booze. So, I like to wing stuff as an entrepreneur. I think we all do that.
Yes.
Okay. So if you've watched a couple of the episodes since we're getting started. So do you know what the high-low buffalo is? So high-low buffalo, I stole it off of my sister-in-law because she's uber creative, and that's what she uses with my nieces. And it's give me a high, a business high that's just amazing, and then give me a low, and then give me a buffalo, which is something surprising. Because would you expect to see a buffalo just walking into the room?
No.
No. So it'd be like, what the fuck? Like, it's surprising.
What do you have behind those curtains?
Behind curtain number 1.
Ooh.
What would you like to see? So, give me a high, like
A high, good, like,
just a high, something that you like feel like amazing about business about.
you know what? I love the customer service of business because I think nowadays.
Wait, is that your high and your low? Customer
What could be?
service can be your high and it can
you know
your
what?
low.
You're right, but I think it's my high.
But one thing that's happened that not just customer service, like a customer or something that just made you feel really good. Like, or last week we had a customer. I don't know. I might have said it last week. I don't know. But she just brought us Bowie's Bakery, and it was really sweet, and she didn't have to, and it was just like, oh, like y'all really took care of me, and it was like, oh, that was really it was rewarding to see. Okay, yes, what we did pays off.
You know what? Yesterday was a high. I have Stephanie's no longer with me.
I know what happened. She went to a better future.
She is getting married Saturday.
Yes. Aw.
So she's getting married Saturday, and she has her own business. She has her own business of promotional items.
Yeah, she's a graphic designer.
And she's
amazing.
she's great, and she's gonna do a lot.
Yeah,
she is.
We love Stephanie.
She's very smart. I learned a lot from her.
Awesome. So what was your high?
So this customer yesterday comes in, and I have the new employee. So so I'm like,
I have not broken in the new employee.
She's good. It's her second 7
FYI,
days.
because
7
I
days.
like to do everything last minute, and usually when I need something, I call Angie and say, Angie, I need this designed and printed tomorrow. And I'm like, wait, you don't have your graphic designer working 24 hours? Wait, I thought we were friends. Okay, so.
But you know what? Pronto called yesterday for some Wednesdays.
Yes.
Right? Mm-hmm. So I see the call, and she answered.
Uh-huh.
So she answered, and I guess got the information and everything. And then, and I said, because her name is Ariana. And I said, Ariana, Pronto Body Shop called. And she said, who? And I go, Pronto Body Shop. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's because they want Wednesdays, or, they're going to provide. I guess you guys are providing the Wednesdays.
Well, we like when customers come in and we know they're pregnant or they have a baby or younger, we'll send a onesie because, just that. Right. And we also do the little dog bandanas and stuff because I don't know, that's just, I can give other stuff, but I feel like that just really cements the relationship. So we like to do that. So and I like to see babies and cute little onesies that say Precious Little Helper. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. I don't want little bastards, but those are adorable. So
I was with her yesterday, and it was 3 guys that came in, they came in and said, we want some hats. So she's helping them. And then I go, she's new. So I jumped in and I said, you know what? So what's your logo? Show me your logo. And he said, I want trucker hats. And, I went in the computer. Okay, we have these, that, He was not in, he was just going to to get information. But he purchased but then these 2 guys are, oh yeah, this. And there's this guy, very quiet. And I said, you're not going to say anything?
Because obviously women have problem with silence, and we're like, wait, why aren't you talking? Please
say something, And he's like, okay, tell me a joke. And he starts laughing, so he gave me a hug and said, you know what, you made this experience, I was not gonna buy, but he bought 20 hats.
That's awesome.
So because of, and I told, I tell my employees, you need to interact.
Yeah.
And when they give you a hug or they say, thank you for the way that you make us feel like family, if you know me, if we're friends. That's my high. Yeah. That is my high.
And I'm with you. I'm with that too. I really like that also. Unless I think my low for the week was sort of like that. I felt like that until I had an older gentleman ask me if I would give him a front hug.
Oh,
I was like, no, I don't think so.
Can it be in the side?
We can fist bump. He was like, oh, I see you. You give hugs. Where's my front hug? I was like, no, we're fist bump. What the fuck is wrong with these people? So, people can be inappropriate.
Yes.
So that was a really good high. Have you had a low besides, I mean, was your low this week, like dealing with the shirts that aren't going to make it? And what ended up happening? Were you able to work it out?
Yes. So that's what I was saying. The YWCA I called because I like to be in front with the customers.
Angie and me are like squirrels. We talk about something and then you go off beat to something else, and then you something else. Yeah. So okay, get back. So her low this week was the what she started with her store with the YWCA shirts for the
walk a mile in her shoes. That
so
I promised them today. I told them they'll be today, but they're gonna. I'll pick them up tomorrow early in the morning and take them to them. But they were very, I mean, but
they're still going to make their deadline because the event's on Thursday.
Yes. But you have to pack 500 shirts in a bag. So, I mean, if we're doing an event, we want them you want them early. That way. And they were very
understanding.
Very understanding. Very Angie.
So did you have to contract out for that, or was the guy able to get him for you?
Yes.
Because I know that was like, am I going to have to get him elsewhere?
Yes. No, he's gonna. And it's like a business. He's a business too. You know. So I need to understand. So I'm like, but he said I'm gonna work. Overnight. Yeah. So I'm gonna. I think that was my low today. Yeah. You saw my face, right?
Yeah. It was, she walked out. We were in a meeting together at lunch, and she left halfway through, which she always gets sad because they reprimand her for leaving early. And I never get reprimanded. FYI, that doesn't mean y'all go reprimand me for leaving. I don't know why. Valerie says the same thing. They never reprimand you for anything. I'm like, eh. So, okay, well, tell me your buffalo then. Do you have a buffalo?
A surprise?
Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be this week. It can be anything. I mean, we did talk about you getting the surprise for, so we talked about, so she did have a surprise. She just came back from Mexico.
Cancun. Oh my God.
Because her husband did a surprise trip. Was it for your anniversary?
It was anniversary. He just wanted to disconnect me from the world.
And so we were talking about he wanted to disconnect her. But I'm like, she was like, I didn't disconnect. I'm like, of course, didn't they know? As an entrepreneur, we have an umbilical cord to our business, and it's called our cell phone. And so unless you're going to take away our internet and take away our cell phone, we're not going to disconnect. And you can be as mad as you want about this, but I'm sorry, we're still going to do business. So did you disconnect?
No.
I mean, you did take some pictures, and I did see you posting them all over social media. So I'm going to say you didn't disconnect.
I did not disconnect. I want to share with everyone. See, that's my thing. This is my thing.
See, she really likes people. I don't particularly like people most of the time. But I do love my customers, just FYI.
Yes.
Just don't take that the wrong way.
You know that I tell my husband. I think we need.
I
think we need a part 2 of Big Frog.
We obviously needed more wine because she's already downing her Pedialyte bottle.
Well, at least I know I'm not going to need an Uber.
You're not going to need an Uber. Okay, so you didn't disconnect.
I didn't disconnect because this is what I tell my husband. I want memories. So that's why I take a lot of pictures.
But you didn't disconnect from business though, did you?
No. Oh, no. I did not disconnect from business.
And that was the whole point of the trip, wasn't it?
Yes.
So did you have cell phone service down there?
Yes.
Okay, because I have to go, if I have to disconnect as a business owner, I have to go somewhere there's no cell phone reception. And then it's usually driving me crazy. But I did learn that I can hook up to Wi-Fi and use my cell phone via the Wi-Fi. So I'm going to have to work on finding an Airbnb that has no cell phone reception and no Wi-Fi.
You know what?
Because that's the only way to disconnect me.
My husband did disconnect me 2 months ago. We went to Ruidoso.
The cell phone reception there is bad.
It's bad. I was disconnected for 2.5 days.
And was it stressful?
At first it was like, ugh. But then, I mean, it did help me. You know, it did. I had my grandson with me, and so it was.
She is a grandma. She looks fabulous.
No, I'm not a grandma. I'm a Gigi.
She's a Gigi, which means she's a grandma, but she is the most fabulous freaking looking grandma I've ever seen. How many miles do you usually run in the morning?
Right now, from 13 to 10 miles.
What's your motivation?
To run?
Oh, in life.
My motivation, that I'm very self-motivated.
She is. She is very self-motivated. I am self-motivated by adoration. That's thank you to my therapist, Danny, that I can say that. My adoration, booze, and money.
You know, that motivates me too. But
I mean, let's just be real. I'm sorry. Yes.
You know,
y'all learned so much about me.
Right? You know that for these, and I opened the business, it's been the business stress. So I have relied on the sport to release my stress.
So I rely on booze and doing 5 million networking events to relieve my stress.
Yes.
And you rely on
the
running
sport,
and the sport and stuff like that.
And more on the running now, because it just, I get up, put everything, wash my face, and I'm out of the house. Excuse me, man. Does that happen?
I mean, I don't know. So,
but you know what? The difference between me and regular runners. I mean, and I'm not saying that it's bad, but I run in the dark, in the darkest places. I run in the dark. Do you
have like mace or a knife or something with you?
I have scared the shit out of runners because they don't see me. I have scared the shit out of runners. I'm sorry if I did.
I have seen her running in my park, and she doesn't even realize I've seen her.
I know.
And I'm like, I saw you.
And I was like, when? Because but when I run in the dark, the places that I run, I already know them. So, I mean, it's just the coyotes and, that's it.
I mean, that's it, just the coyotes.
Just coyotes. We're buddies. High five,
We're like, high five.
Like the biz.
So you have the coyotes. I have the weird people that live on the street
I
down
know.
from the shop. Okay, got it.
So that's what, and the darker the place, the more peaceful I feel.
So you do like a lot of meditation with that, because that like clears your mind.
It clears my mind.
I've been listening to this like book for entrepreneurs, and it talks about like the ones that are the busiest and the super craziest, and like to have like 5 million things going on at all times, which is sort of like I am. They're like, you're the one that needs meditation the most. Like you need like at least 20 minutes of like nothing. And I'm thinking, I don't know. We talked about it like when we went to the Reiki session, like, that like if you give us 20 minutes of by ourselves time, we're probably just gonna fall asleep. I mean, we really should be doing something else, and we should be like trying to focus on like meditating, but we just fall asleep because we're tired.
We're tired. It's like when I do yoga. It's which is good.
I love yoga, but I have the hardest time shutting my brain off.
Yes,
and
me
then
too.
I'm thinking about all kinds of different things, so it's really hard. So okay, we got off track.
Okay.
Tell me a Buffalo, something surprising that's happened in business recently, or just throughout the last 2 years since you've been in business yourself.
A surprising thing that happened was the big tragedy of what happened
Here in El Paso.
Here in El
If y'all didn't know,
Paso,
we had the El
you didn't-
Paso tragedy.
Yes. I ran 22 miles for each victim that passed away.
And it was amazing.
And then not even 2 days later or a day later, the Ohio tragedy happened, and I
It was
ran
like the next day, I think.
Yeah, then I ran 9 miles for that, for them. The wild thing is not that, but it was how social media, could get around, and the corporate Walmart saw what I did, because I didn't get into details how but they saw it,
On social media.
So one of the gentlemen from the corporate was from that town in Ohio. And he came to my shop and said, you were mourning. That's how you say mourning for your people, community, that you still had the heart to run for my community. Yeah. I think that was the wow, it's somebody from, came to my little shop to buy shirts and to give me a hug and say thank you.
That was amazing. I remember when it happened. So that is really surprising.
Yeah. So
and
that was
amazing. That was your buffalo. It was unexpected.
It was not. Yeah, it was unexpected.
You didn't do it for any other reason.
Oh no, you know
except for
it's
your own peace.
For my own peace, I'm not gonna say, oh, let's see who's from Ohio here in El Paso, and no, I didn't.
So very surprising. That's a really good buffalo.
So
I don't know if I've had a buffalo lately, except not killing somebody, which I feel is like always a really good
this
thing.
Morning?
Like, oh God, let's not even talk about this morning. So, Oscar, do we have any questions? No questions. Okay. So, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
I do want to mention something.
Do it. Okay. This is the place to do it.
So I want to mention one of my friends, a good friend of mine. Sometimes we hear, sickness, and when it hits home, like for them, one of her cousins, his name is Alex. It's little Alex. I don't know if you've seen it. It's been going through social media. He's 8 years old, and he has been diagnosed with leukemia. So the family is getting together to see if they could find a bone marrow
transplant,
because they haven't found somebody to match. So they're gonna have an event this Saturday. Okay, they're gonna have an event this Saturday for people, and my friend here in El Paso.
Where's it at?
It's gonna be at 11227 Pelicano Drive, Suite B.
And is that a business?
I think it's a business, and it's from 10 to 2.
Okay.
And they're gonna be, and like she said they're gonna try to do, try to find a match for him. But if you're helping other people, because if you're a match for somebody else, you're helping. So I have that, and I told her, I'm gonna be in this.
We don't have a huge following, but we will put it out there and see, because it just takes one person.
It takes one person. So it's going to be this Saturday from 10 to 2, and it's 11227 Pelicano Drive. And it's a little boy. He's so cute, big smile.
Do you find also that's important? I just really think as entrepreneurs and business owners, we see these corporations that sponsor tons of things, large, the corporations are giving money to these, March of Dimes and cancer foundations and all this other stuff. And, sometimes as small business owners, I think we think like, oh, well, we're not this large corporation to give all this money. But I just want to encourage y'all just remember that we don't have to be large corporations. We can be a small business or even one salesperson, and just $1 helps. I do. People ask me, I was just actually talking with my buddy Jeffrey at an event I was at right before here, and we were talking about how people love to ask for money. I'm sure you deal with that all the time. As businesses, they always think that you're a larger business than you actually are. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to pay my employee taxes each week. Like, this is hard. But everybody always hits you up for donations and stuff and free stuff. And he's like, because he just really opened his solar business, and he's like, have you had that happen? Because people are starting to ask me for just money. And I'm like, dude, I have it all the time. And he's like, well, what do you do? I was like, on some things I do sponsor, but I said a lot of things, I say, look, I can't sponsor, but I'll buy a ticket. I might not be able to give you 5,000 or 3,000 or 2,000, but I'll buy a ticket, and I'll show up. And I'll tag your event, and I'll put it on my social media. And I said, that's all I can do. And I think, we just have to realize, like, you don't have to be like, large corporation to support everything.
And I have learned as a business, at first I wanted to give everything, and then, well, of course, I'm a franchise, my franchisors are like, Angie, you cannot give the house, you're a business, you need to make money.
Yeah.
So I have learned, they have taught me, and you want sponsor, can you sponsor my team? How about I give you a special rate if you let me put my logo?
Yeah.
I cannot give it to you free, but I could,
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
things like that I'm learning how to, because we're small.
Yeah, me too. I love to, oh, yes, I'll paint your baseball helmets, or, oh, I'll paint this for you, or, oh, I'll paint that, or I'll put
Right.
the ass back on that horse if you need me to, because I will, if it's fiberglass, but it's hard because I see things, but I just encourage, because, we were just talking about that with my other friend that has a business, and that it gets discouraging that everybody asks you for something. And it's like, you don't have to do everything, but, $25 here or $25 there, it's okay. It's not 3,000 or 4,000, because we get head up so many times.
And like you said, also businesses, when you sponsor, and one of the big things is I like to, sponsor businesses, like with the shirts, with the YWCA, it's like, okay, I'll sponsor you the shirts, but my logo's gonna go. Oh,
Yeah.
yes. But then also I like that they said, Angie, we need more shirts, but they bought those shirts.
Yeah.
So now it's like a door that I have opened, and like, I mean, that agency, that I'm not agency, that organization, thank you. It's very, 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 they're very grateful, and I'm very grateful for them. So
I think we just have to remember as business owners, to still have open hearts. I mean, I sound super cliche, but I mean, it's hard to not get jaded in some cases. But I think doing business that way is more beneficial and gratifying in the end than just about the dollars at the very end. I mean, and that might just be us as business owners, but I think a lot of entrepreneurs feel that way, because that's why we work for ourselves, because we want to make our own decisions.
Right. Exactly.
I know, it's super important. I think we're wrapping up for the day. Remember to check out Angie at Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and More here in El Paso. Like her social media. Follow the Imposter Entrepreneur podcast. I'm sure we will actually be on the podcast next week on my actual page. FYI, I told Oscar we were going to do that. And make sure, and if you have any questions, just reach out to us. We're always here.
Yes.
And we always have a good time and a good smile and a good laugh. So.
Yes. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course.
I mean, it was a good day. It was a good day.
It ended on a positive note.
Yes.
It did.
It did.
Awesome.
Yes.
Y'all have a good night, guys.